A 10-year-old boy vanishes into the night, and his mother and stepfather's troubled past are now under a blazing spotlight. The search for Jayden Spicer in Jackson, Kentucky is a twisted tale that's gripping the nation. So I'm Joseph Morris, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's dive into this chilling story. On August 5th, 2025, 10-year-old Jayden Spicer disappeared from his home on Panbowel Branch Road in Breathitt County. He was last seen in blue Sonic the Hedgehog pajamas, a slim kid with blonde hair and blue eyes, standing about 5'1". His family says he just walked out sometime between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. By 9:23 a.m., a 911 call came in, and the panic was real. No forced entry, no witnesses, just an empty bed in a quiet house. The Kentucky hills are brutal. They have rugged terrain, thick woods, coyotes, snakes, even the occasional bear. And a 10-year-old out there in pajamas. I mean, that's the kind of nightmare that keeps parents up at night. Now let's talk about the massive effort to find Jayden. Kentucky State Police, local fire departments, and hundreds of volunteers are going all out. Drones buzzing overhead, ATVs tearing through trails, canine units sniffing every corner, even sonar scanning the murky depths of Panbowel Lake. They've covered over 20 square miles of unforgiving land. And here's a grim twist. They're now searching the Breathitt County transfer station, where Jackson's trash gets hauled. Imagine the desperation, digging through a dump for clues about a missing kid. The terrain is a beast, steep ridges, hidden ravines, and creeks that swell with rain. One volunteer said it's like searching for a ghost in a fog. But as of Thursday evening, August 7th, there's still no sign of Jayden. Every passing hour feels like a weight on the community's chest. And here's where it gets wild. Jayden's mom, 34-year-old Felicia Spicer, also known as Felicia Gross, has a rap sheet that's raising some serious eyebrows. She's been arrested multiple times for child endangerment and wanton endangerment. Now, wanton endangerment isn't just a slap on the wrist. It's when someone's actions are so reckless they could seriously hurt or kill somebody. Court records show Felicia's been in trouble for things like leaving a toddler alone in a hot car for hours. Another time getting into a brawl where kids were caught in the crossfire. But it's not just Felicia. A chilling Facebook post recently surfaced, claiming Jayden's own stepfather, 38-year-old Joshua Gross, abused a child years ago. The poster said Joshua, once married to their son's mother, allegedly choked and body slammed an 8-year-old boy onto a couch. The family had to drag him to court to get an emergency protective order. That kid, now 24, still has nightmares and trust issues. These are allegations, not proof, and we can't say Felicia or Joshua are behind Jayden's disappearance. But it's not looking so good. I mean, a 10-year-old walking out in pajamas in the middle of the night sounds like a cover-up story, and something's just not right. Now let's rewind to a bizarre twist. Felicia and Joshua recently gave an interview to CNN, proudly supporting J.D. Vance, the politician who grew up in their hometown of Jackson. They bragged about living in the same neighborhood, painting themselves as small-town folks with big pride.
Boys playing in a creek under the watchful eyes of their parents, right across the street from a house where another young boy used to spend a lot of time. You live near where J.D. Vance used to spend all his summers, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct, yeah. Just pretty much right here.
This is Jackson, Kentucky, in the heart of Appalachia. How'd you feel when you heard that he's the Republican vice presidential nominee?
I was actually proud. It came across really, like a proud feeling, like you can accomplish something just from this little area. It tells me kind of, one of my little boys could possibly grow up and become vice president one day. You never know.
In J.D. Vance's book, Hillbilly Elegy, he says he grew up in the Rust Belt city of Middletown, Ohio, but also here in Jackson, where he would regularly travel with his grandparents to visit other family members. You know who you're going to vote for?
Donald Trump and J.D. Vance.
Donald Trump and J.D. Vance.
Now it sort of seems like a weird flex for a couple that is caught up in the storm. I mean, that line about his kid possibly growing up to be a politician kind of hits a little bit harder now, because now that kid is missing and no one can find him. And these parents look hella sus. Not like this loving, doting couple they're portraying themselves as. Felicia also handed police a handwritten note begging for Jayden's safe return, but pleading to keep her name out of the headlines. So this struck me as really suspicious. With her and Joshua's past under scrutiny, that's a pipe dream, and it most likely meant that she didn't want this information about her being liable for child endangerment to come out, because now people are definitely taking a closer look at the parents here. The public's digging and the questions are piling up like leaves in a Kentucky fall in the Appalachians. So now let's set the scene. Jackson, Kentucky is a tight-knit town of about 2,000 people nestled in the Appalachia foothills. It's the kind of place where neighbors wave from porches, but secrets don't stay buried for long. Poverty is a heavy shadow here. Over 30% of folks live below the poverty line, and jobs are scarce. Kids like Jayden often grow up fast, navigating a world of tough choices. Could he have wandered into the woods, chasing some late-night adventure? The area is dotted with old mining shafts, some abandoned and overgrown, others barely marked. Search teams are checking those, but it's like searching for a whisper in a storm. Another theory is floating around. Maybe Jayden ran away. Kids don't just vanish, right? Maybe something at home pushed him out that door. Or maybe, and this is the dark one, somebody took him. There's a stretch of highway near Panbull Branch Road where trucks roll through at all hours. Could someone have seen a kid alone? The community's buzzing with theories. Some say he's lost in those hills. Others whisper about foul play. One local even mentioned a strange car parked near the road that night, but police have not confirmed it. Jackson is on edge, with folks taping Jayden's picture to every lamppost, checking security cameras, even searching barns and sheds. Channel 2 Now is leading the charge, and police are begging for tips at 606-435-6069. No details too small. Someone might have seen a kid in Sonic pajamas or heard a strange noise that night. The hills and waterways make this search a beast, but Jackson's people are holding on to hope, even as it starts to flicker. Now here's my opinion. Felicia's child endangerment and wanton endangerment charges are bad enough. Leaving kids in dangerous spots isn't a one-time mistake. I mean, this is a pattern coming from Felicia. Then you've got this allegation about Joshua choking and body slamming a kid years ago. That's not just a bad day, that's a red flag waving in a hurricane. It paints a picture of a home that might have been chaotic, maybe even violent. But we can't jump to conclusions and say they're behind Jayden's disappearance. No evidence right now points there yet. Maybe Jayden ran off, spooked by something at home. Maybe he got lost in those woods or fell into a creek or an old mine. Or maybe, just maybe, somebody took him. A kid in pajamas vanishing in the middle of nowhere, it's just not adding up. I'm praying Jayden's found safe, but the longer this drags on, the more my gut says something's seriously wrong. This story about Jayden, Felicia, and Joshua is a roller coaster, and I know it's got you hooked. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe and leave a comment, because I read every single one. Let's keep spreading Jayden's story to bring this boy home. And here's the kicker. Tomorrow's search is heading into uncharted territory, places police haven't dared to look before. So what will they find?